Good morning. This is Carrie, and I am talking through, some of the things that I found interesting or have wanted to use in the classroom with respect to video, like virtual classroom type of things. And there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about that one of them I have not used, but I would be interested in using, and my husband is looking at using this next year, is an app called Plickers. And the idea is that, because I think there's obvious benefit to just using videos in the classroom. I think we can all agree on that. But really trying to expand what technology can do in the classroom. So this Plickers application does each kid, it comes with kind of preset cards that have a QR code on them. And the teacher would ask some type of question, kind of like a multiple choice question. And the kids would hold up the card for the answer that they thought it was. There's a whole system of how it sets it up. So anyway, then the teacher can take their phone or their iPad and scan the class and try and figure out who got the right answer and who didn't, to give a sense, you can obviously play games with that, or even just give a sense of, are they understanding the material? There's a million things you can do with the after, the information you gather after that. So I thought that was an interesting thing to see if it would work in the classroom. It's, a little more sensory than just raising hands. And even the kids that maybe are shy to raise their hand, it gives them a chance to answer questions in class without having to, be as bold all the time and raise their hand. There's obviously limitations to that in using it, every day or whatever. But I think the other thing is using different apps like the Solar System app. My kids used to love this. We homeschooled for 11 years, so we got pretty good at using some of these apps, especially we've homeschooled in China. So there were a lot of things that my kids just didn't know, like what was a postman. They didn't know what that was. What did a fire truck look like, and these things. So we had to do a lot of YouTube learning. But one of the things they really enjoyed was the Solar System app, and they can hold their iPad up into the sky and learn, this is this constellation, this is, this star or whatever. So anyway, apps that really make things interactive apart from just pure videos. And one of the history books that we would use, it was a world history book, and the end of each chapter, so maybe we were talking about ancient Egypt and pharaohs or something. And the book itself linked to different websites and, videos or little games and even just interactive maps. But I would be interested to, as I go along, to know more books that are doing that, and that at the end of chapters, are giving 5 or 6, links to the Smithsonian or to this video or to these games. I know our kids, dressed like a knight online. Like they were able to put on all the different pieces of a knight and learn, the different process and the way that knights got dressed. So, but that particular book did a really good job of integrating the two. And I would imagine that more and more books are doing that, instead of just purely using a paper book and purely using a video, but really working on the integration of those two. So those are just a few things that I have found interesting and helpful for us, and would be interested to see and hear what other people have found helpful, and maybe one day using that Plickers app to run a classroom. So thanks.